We're on the 71 freeway. Northbound is what they're telling us. And we're getting very close to the Butterfield Ranch off-ramp once again. Going to be curious to see if he takes that. All right, we got... Sure thing, I got Freak 6. I'm here in sports right now. Getting back off the freeway. Exiting Butterfield Ranch. So this is the area he was earlier on. So right now, getting back off the freeway. We saw him out in this area earlier, running without his lights on. That also very dangerous in itself. It was very dark on some of this. Looks like we're going to be heading eastbound from Butterfield Ranch, so not exactly the area where he came from, just kind of continuing on that road. Getting those higher speeds again. California Highway Patrol, their helicopter above it, they're making the calls right now. I know that there is at least one CHP officer nearby. I don't know exactly where he is, but take a look at this. Single lane road, high speeds. They're on the wrong side of the road multiple times out here. Go ahead, sir, go ahead. Mark, go ahead, sir. Okay, what's going on right now? You should listen to the web. Right, what's going on right now is that the helicopter from the California Highway Patrol is over it. They've been watching it, and they were trying to get a unit in place on the 71. You can hear them on Turquoise. I don't know if you can hear them on your end because I'm hearing car to car right now on Turquoise. They're trying to hand it off to 40 King now, so that's going to be San Bernardino, some kind of San Bernardino unit. Red light, looks like he's going to be running right through this red light. There we go. So they're watching it right now. They're trying to get units in place, but he's off the freeway right now, so they're trying to contact law enforcement in this area. Right. There is a spotlight. It's he turns it on, he turns it off. Yeah, he's continuing on right now. We're going to keep an eye on him as well. And if 40 King joins in and we're live, it's going to be a little difficult for him to have to do some multitasking. But if you guys can hear any of the San Bernardino frequencies, I would love any kind of information while it's going on. All right, another red, another solid red. Rick, hang on, let me turn. Rick, what's up, buddy? I don't know. I think we're still on Butterfield Ranch, and we're in the well-established in Chino right now. And the status of this right now is there's a helicopter from California Highway Patrol following this vehicle. That's it. It is an interesting crime. They're saying there's teenagers inside that car. The vehicle was taken by force from a woman. Baseball bat was the weapon. And, we've watched running red lights. We've been watching them, driving the wrong way on the freeway and etc. But they don't have any units on the ground behind them right now. So I don't know what to do. But, I mean, we can go live with it, Rick. I'm always happy with that. I just got to be very clear about what's going on. Hey, Mark, I'm talking to Rick on the IFB as well, but you say Industry Sheriff is still, you can still hear it on Industry Sheriffs? Do we have any idea what road that is at all? Oops. No, he's here. He's here. He's still here, right, John? California Highway Patrol. He's still above it, but he's not lighting him up or anything. He's just doing what we're doing. We're just watching him. No, he's not lighting them up. They're keeping an eye on the vehicle. That's what they're doing. That's it. Yeah. Following dangerous suspects. Looks like it might be coming to an end. He's doing some weird stuff. Really? This is what your plan is? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. Come on, let me in, buddy. Let me in. Let me in. All right. You know, I got to say right now on the web, if you're watching and you're hearing being a little goofy and stuff like that, you know, it is kind of funny to watch. But you have to understand, these are teenagers. I'm not even sure if they are legally of age to drive a vehicle. You saw that we basically counted maybe 6 people inside this car driving at extremely high speeds right now. It's going to be in the Chino area. We're having a little difficulty with some of these street names out here. We're trying to figure it out, but I can tell you it is a bizarre, very, very bizarre chase this evening out here in the Chino Hills area. I believe we're going to be on Apache Street or Cypress Drive, Cypress Avenue. We're going eastbound, right? Solid east, John? Doors opening, doors closing. Mark, have they put out any Frontage Road in Euclid? Okay, we just made another turn off of Frontage Road in Euclid. We're going to be getting close to the 71 again. Southbound on Euclid. Southbound on Euclid. All right, I'm hearing it again. Southbound Euclid. Whoa! Whoa! And that will end that. That's the end of that. Car came to a crash right there. Took the turn a little hard. I got 5 foot bells. You know what? I've got to have to go wide just for a second. I know what you're thinking. That, my friends, is a prison. They're running into a prison. That is a prison area, is the Chino Hills prison. I don't know the exact name of it. They've got a couple running across into the darkness over here. I've got the camera on the general area, but they ran back across the street. They definitely split up. It's the That's irony right there. That is irony. They ran off into the darkness. If I could turn on the spotlight. All right. Yeah, I'm going to watch theirs. He says he's got the driver at that area. Beyond bizarre, I got to tell you, you know, and to be taken by force, you know, the law enforcement, you got the California Highway Patrol on there, that helicopter guy really working it this evening. It came to a crash off of Euclid, and in Cypress is where the crash was. I'm trying to get an exact address, but it is I guess they're saying it's a prison that has been shut down. California Institute for Men is basically the general area where this came to an end. The vehicle crashed, couldn't make the turn. Would have been really interesting if they would have made the turn and got into the prison with that vehicle. Right now, though, California Highway Patrol is using their spotlight. They're keeping an eye on the people that ran from that car. It's going to be pretty interesting for sure. You know, this was taken in the La Puente area. We are miles and miles from that in the Chino area. These are kids. They took off. They ran. There we go. Finally, some ground units starting to get here. But right now, it's going to be a suspect search. We counted 5. I thought maybe there would be 6, but we counted 5 people running from that vehicle, males and females. We understand they're all teens. The car crashed right there at the entrance of the jail. But very bizarre ending for sure. This is nuts. Yep, it's a youth correctional facility. You can't make this stuff up. Yep. It's abandoned. Yeah, it is. It's abandoned, but it's an abandoned youth recreational facility. Oh, there they are. They're running. They're running. There they are. 2 of them, 2 girls. And California Highway Patrol is leaving. Oh, there's the guy. The guy's up ahead. All right, so we have three of them running right now. They just made their way between the 2 buildings. They're probably going to go in that backyard area. They're going to be switching out helicopters. California Highway Patrol is going to be giving it to Ontario PD, who's now here on scene. We just saw 3 of those youth run across that field out there. This is, off of Euclid. We're in the Chino area. It's an abandoned youth correctional facility. It just is beyond words. Right now, though, what we can tell you, that vehicle was taken by force, that these juveniles were driving earlier, taken by force. Apparently the story goes, and this is for the web, the story goes, basically the way the story is being told is a woman comes home with her vehicle. These guys and girls out there with skateboards and a baseball bat. She tells them to get off her property, and they take her vehicle by force. That starts that crazy pursuit that we were watching earlier on. Sheriff's Department gave it up, and then you got people out there on the balcony giving these people up right there. Apparently you can see them from a different angle, but we got the light on them. They'll pop out here in a minute or 2. I'm sure the officers that are on the ground are working their way to this location, but 3 of them right now continuing to elude the officers from the air. Taking a vehicle by force, there's nothing cool about that. Risking other people's lives and, the driver, these are kids. I mean, we see that right now. But they're still on the loose. officers in the air and on the ground, Sheriff's Department and Chino PD in the area, making their way over to this location, but they are still continuing to elude them. Happening out here in Chino off of Euclid, an abandoned youth correctional facility. Hot on Fox, Cabio. We're still coming around. We see the flashlights. We're working our way to that area. You know, pursuit termination out here, Chino Hills, off of Euclid. These young people that took a vehicle by force wind up crashing it at the entranceway to an abandoned juvenile correctional facility. That's the car right there. You can see it. You can see officers from the Sheriff's Department and Chino PD now there. We saw 3 of those suspects running from that vehicle into this area right here. We see other flashlights in the area. We know there's 3 of them, 2 females, 1 male, somewhere right here in this area. That's the last position that we saw them. They had some people out there on the balconies basically pointing it out to the officers. But right now, 3 of them still on the loose, and we've been watching them make their runs every now and then. Maybe they'll run into the abandoned youth facility, which will be interesting by itself. Right now, though, they're still on the loose, and officers are working to get them contained. They are contained, let's be correct about that. Those are civilians, and my guess is that that flashlight we're seeing is probably one of the civilians right now walking around out there trying to locate where those guys are exactly. But, you know, 5 people in that car today. Luckily, nobody was seriously hurt. Taken by force, though, that's not cool. La Puente area. Now we're in Chino. Oh, can't see it. All right. Or maybe that's the old guard check. Maybe they're living here. But I don't see anybody trying to surrender. There we go. Law enforcement on the ground right now. They're making their way over to the last spot where they saw him. Apparently they've got a couple of civilians, possibly civilians, that are living out here, pointing out their direction. You can see some other flashlights working in that area as well. We're going to keep an eye on these officers, see if we can get these at least 3 going into custody. There's some crosstalk right now that 2 others are trying to surrender somewhere by a guard shack. There's a guard shack over by where they crashed, but weren't able to see it. Now, if people are watching on the web and you're saying, hey, use your night sun, turn it on, light it up, can't. In this type of situation, we really cannot. The other helicopters, law enforcement are flying below us. Pilots really frown on it when we take away their night vision and their pilots. So we can't use our night sun to light up that area. That's the reason why you're not seeing that. The lights that you are seeing from helicopters are going to be from law enforcement. They're down much lower than we are. More law enforcement working their way over here to this place where people are living on the prison property. Right now, though, we understand 3 of them are still in outstanding in this area, and they were talking about 2 possibly trying to surrender by a guard shack. I don't know where that is. We were looking. There's a guard shack. Very clearly, that's a guard shack right there. We don't see any officers in that area, and if they were trying to surrender, they should have just walked their way back over to the car. But right now, all 5, as far as we understand it, all 5 are still on the loose. Juveniles, they took a car by force from a woman in the La Puente area, crazy chase, then a following, very high speeds. Car ironically crashing into an abandoned youth correctional facility. And right now, this is basically a search for those suspects. That's what we're watching. What exactly is a ute? On the scanner? No, this is the last place they saw him. They're still just kind of walking around out there. You got the scanner up. I'm listening to industry. That's just industry. I hope he's better with the light. Really? You know, if those guys got in those trees, that tree line, they could be anywhere. Two in custody. So they took two in custody by the car. Right. All right, so they got two in custody and they got three outstanding. Go ahead, sir, go ahead. No, but they have 2 in custody. There's 3 outstanding, 2 females and a male. We got the crash, and and some of the chase and them running. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's other media here. I don't know if the irony of the story is lost on you. He crashed into an abandoned youth correctional facility, and they ran into that. Well, no, not just the darkness. It's man bites dog. You see what happened here? These were juveniles that were breaking the law that crashed into a juvenile youth facility. Not a youth, but a youth facility. Correctional facility. Well, we can go to Whittier and look for the car if you like. Why do I smell garlic? Is that from the farms? Oh. I don't have to apologize. Well, if we do put this on the air, I want to show the crashed car. It's going to be more exciting than this. So as soon as we move, they'll take him into custody. So then we'll have everything. I don't know. So head towards Whittier. Well, that's quite a hop, skip, and a jump away. So should we start heading back towards the west? Copy all. Copy all. Let me check. Nope. Yeah, he said go. He said go to Whittier. We're going to Whittier. I'll give you a heading. No, the volumes are exactly the same. I got to find my phone. I'm going to start looking stuff up. Hey, and if you're still following us on the web, God bless you. And it looks like we're heading off to do some other newsy stuff. Probably not as thrilling as this. Thank you for watching with us. I thought it was a really cool story. And maybe we'll catch you.